So my name is Greg Headley. I'm a Partner Development Manager at AWS for Posit. And excited to be here and talk to you all this morning to show how developers and data scientists can use AWS tools and Posit tools to build agentic applications and really go from laptop to production grade with production grade agents with governance and scale. In a minute, I'm going to hand it over to Shun Mao, who is our partner solution architect at AWS. But I just first wanted to kind of take a step back and share the vision of AWS in the agentic AI space. So not only are we building an AI infrastructure that's capable of supporting thousands to millions of agents, but we're also investing in making AWS the best place to build and deploy agents, build and deploy the world's most useful and most performant AI agents. And we do that through providing choice. There's a lot of things on this slide, but what I wanted to capture from it is really just making the comment that we meet you where you are. We're doing this through kind of three different ways. There's three kind of areas that you can think about it. That one is sort of the specialized or ready to deploy agents. Another is through managed services, and then DIY, which we'll talk about here in just a minute. And so whether you're looking to quickly deploy agents, to pre-build agents to boost productivity, experiment with open source tools, or build a fleet of sophisticated custom agents, AWS is providing the models, the tools, the infrastructure, and expertise to help you succeed. And in May, we announced the launch of Strands agents, which again, we're going to talk about in just a minute and actually show you, which is an open source SDK for building agents using just a few lines of code. Strands is very simple to use and takes a model-driven approach, leveraging the reasoning capabilities of state-of-the-art language models instead of requiring developers to develop complex workflows, which in turn allows developers to just simply define a prompt and a list of tools and let the LLM-powered agents autonomously handle planning, chaining thought, and tool usage. That's my 2-minute commercial. I wanted to now hand it over to Shun to really stop the talk and start the walk and show you what we're building.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Next, I'm going to go a little bit deeper about Strands Agent. As Greg has pointed out, Strands Agent actually is an open source SDK that AWS has released to help developers to build the agentic AI applications with very minimum coding, actually. So what I think is Strands Agents bring is that it actually simplifies the complexity of agent development by bringing 3 core components together. Namely, prompt, LLMs, and tools.
For 1 second, there's a lot of static, and I wonder if it's hitting against your shirt.
Oh.
Put it on like the top color, maybe, or sorry. Okay, thank you.
All right, yeah, thank you. So for the prompt, actually, you can customize your prompt in however way you want. You can let the agent to be any role you want them to be playing. For example, the agent can be just answering some simple questions, can be generate code. It can also do complex data analysis, or maybe let's help you to do your financial portfolio planning. So for the model part, Strands Agents actually integrates with a wide variety of large language models. For example, you can use Amazon Bedrock models, which include Anthropic Cloud models, Cohere models, Amazon's own Nova model series, and many more. So, and also, if you are worried about security of your data, you can also integrate with your own local deployed model through Llama framework, and also OpenAI model, of course, through the Light LLM models. So, model framework actually. So there are a lot of great model choices over there, so you can choose which one you like the best. What's most exciting for me is that the tool integration with Strands Agents. So Strands Agent actually has a lot of tool choices. First, it has a lot of built-in tools, such as calculator, file operation tool, shell command tools, HTTP client tools, video and image processing tools, and many more. What's great about that is also you can easily convert your daily use Python functions into the tools that Strands agent can use. I know a lot of data scientists and data analysts are here. I think daily you're using probably a lot of Python, your own written Python functions. You can easily convert those Python functions into tools and let the model decide at what step, what tool it's going to use to do your complex data analysis. There are some other features I don't have time to go through right now, such as enterprise level deployment support, real-time streaming, as well as the multi-agent architecture support. So now let's quickly hop into Positron, the idea that we're talking about these days, and see how we can easily build a Agentic AI application with Strands agent. So let me go to the Positron. So I have three tabs actually. I want to go through the first tab just to show you how you can easily build these agents with very minimum coding. So I'm not gonna run this notebook live because for the time's sake. But I will later, after I show this notebook, I will wrap all the code into a .py file, which is a Streamlit app file, and run this Streamlit app, and we're gonna test some prompts over there. So if you have some takeaway after this talk, the only takeaway you probably will have is just to pip install these two SDKs. So that's released by AWS, which is called Strands Agent, Strands Agent Tools. Of course, I have some other packages that I used here. So for example, I have Pinecone to query the knowledge base. I saved some data. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I think I need to. All right, okay. So this is the line that I'm talking about. So there's two packages that you need to install. That's all you need. And of course, you can have some auxiliary packages to help you build your Python functions. So let me quickly go through the key steps. The first step is to set the LLM model. In this case, I chose Amazon Bedrock model. There are a lot of model choices over there. In this case, I have a series of Anthropic Cloud models. So, for example, in this case, I choose a Cloud Sonnet 4 model. And the way to wrap the model is to use this function, Bedrock model. You just put the model you selected over there and specify the region. And let's create the first simplest agent over here. So for the first agent I want to demo is without any tool. There's just LLM and with a system prompt. That can be an agent, right? But it doesn't have any specialization. It's just using model's own knowledge. For example, the way to do that is to just use this agent class, and you wrap up the system prompt, and there you go. And you can ask the prompt, and I'll give you the answer. So that's the simplest one. Anyone can do that probably. What's getting more exciting is that we can start to adding more tools. So this is a high-level architecture. So the LM will derive the steps dynamically. What kind of tools you're going to use at a certain step and accomplish the specified task. So the way to import the built-in tools is through this package. So in this case, I import the calculator. The way to embed the tools into the agent is through the tools parameter. And you put this tool name into this list, and you give the model you want to use, and you put everything into this agent class. And there you go. That's an agent already. So if you ask a mathematical question, it'll utilize the tool. So we all know that a lot of times the LM itself is not good at doing mathematical calculation. So that's why you can give the calculator tool to it to do a more precise calculation. Next, I'm going to show that how easily you can convert a Python function into your own tool. In this case, I have a very simple function, probably the simplest, which is getting the current date and time. And you probably also know that LM usually has the training data which has the cutoff date, right? So it does not get probably the most updated information and time. So that's how you can complement that by writing some small functions. In this case, is the time function. I want to actually point out how LM can recognize this tool. It's all within this doc stream. So you need to write down the description of this tool, what it does, what kind of parameter, what kind of format or output it will spit. In this case, LM can recognize how to use this tool. So in my case, it's very simple. I just want to get the current date and time in certain format. And I'm utilizing one of the Python package, datetime, to return the time. Next is the weather. It's even easier. This one, I'm not calling any API. I'm just returning a simple string. But you can use actually a third-party API to really get the weather. But this is how you let the LM to know that's the weather tool. The way to have multiple tools in one agent is easy. You just put in this tool name into this list and give it to the tools parameter, and there you go. And you can ask what is the current time, a date and time, and weather, and voila. So it asks. So it utilizes tools at 2 steps. So you'll get the answer for the time and date and weather. So at this step, I think it's already becoming quite powerful because you have a lot of Python functions to do data analysis, complex data analysis, or processing. You can convert those functions into the tools. What you need to do is just have the stackerator give a description, and there you go. Maybe you already have that description in your Python function, right? If you have good Python programming habit. So next, I'm going to demo how you can call third-party APIs. A lot of times, you need to query third-party APIs to get some information. It can be a database API. It can be, in this case, a web search API, which I've implemented through DuckDuckGo. It's a kind of open source, a free tool to query the web. It's basically web search. The way to do that, it's the same. It's through the Python function. But in this case, I'm importing this DuckDuckGo package and do the query. Yeah, it's just a simple API call. And you get the result. That's a tool already. With that tool, you can actually ask the questions that is related to the latest information happening right now. For example, I tested this 2025 World Athletes Track and Field Championships, 100-meter men's race. I'm not sure all of you know this answer. It just happened a few days ago. If you search that, it'll perform the search by utilizing this web search tool you have just defined. It'll search through this web and extract the most relevant information and return you the result. The answer actually is, this championship happens in Japan from in this week, I think. And yeah, there is another Jamaican athlete won the gold medal here. Next is through a knowledge base. How to call a knowledge base? A lot of enterprises, they have their own proprietary data that you cannot find on the internet, right? In this case, you need to put those data into a knowledge base. In this case, I'm using another AWS partner, Pinecone, as an example, because I've saved some unstructured data into Pinecone as vector databases. The way to do that is also similar. First, you need to supply this knowledge bases APIs and give the index name and also the code that how to call that vector database. Okay, so you wrap everything up into this function, and you ask it. You can give also. That's why I talked about that. You can customize your prompt, and you give it. You can put everything into one agent. All the tools you have. Okay, so let me quickly go through the code for the Streamlit because I don't have time. So you just put all the code that I've showed in this pipe file. All the tools, all the definitions of agent, the system prompt, and then you have all these
streamlit UI design portion, which is irrelevant to the agent, right? And the cool thing about Positron is I can run that live within Positron. So this is the app I've talked about. I wrap everything up. I have all the tool list here, and we can ask some questions. I just want to ask one question here because I don't have time. What's the square root of, let's say, a huge number here? So behind the scene, it's calling a tool because I've given the calculator tool to this agent. It's performing the calculation. But I can demo a lot of problems. I don't have time today. So the key point is that you can use it right now to build the agent you want to do data analysis or data processing. So it's very, very easy for you to do. Yeah, thanks so much. That's what I want to demo.